Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do a used book haul. If you haven't noticed, I haven't been posting monthly book hauls since the beginning of the year. My last book haul was in December, and then I did a birthday book haul at the end of February. But I haven't really hauled any books that I've purchased or anything for January, February, or March. And I have a giant spring book haul sitting right over there. But today I want to share my used book haul with you. These are books that I got at the book exchange. During the Backlist Readathon, I went to the book exchange. It's a place where I take all of my books that I want to unhaul and they give me store credit. And I use the store credit to buy books. And they're secondhand books, but I got some really good ones. And I want to share the books with you today. And then later on in April, I'm going to do a huge spring book haul, and it's going to be all of the newer stuff, my book of the month, stuff that I got at Barnes & Noble, new releases, anticipated releases, backlist books, all of the things. But today, used books. Two mass market paperback books, which are definitely not my favorite, but sometimes there's a book that I really want and it's only available in mass market paperback, so I'm like, okay, we're doing this. So I picked up my first ever 𝒔𝒂𝒗𝒆 novel, and this is a very popular historical romance author, and there's some girls in my Hello Lovely rep group. I'm also wearing Hello Lovely rep merch. I got my Read More Romance crew neck on, and it's so comfortable. I just love the rainbow of Read More Romance. But anyway, okay, so some of them love 𝒔𝒂𝒗𝒆, favorite author. I know Samantha loves her. I know other people do as well. But I got Suddenly You. And it was the only 𝒔𝒂𝒗𝒆 book that they had. And I didn't know, again, I am new to historical romance. I did reading my first historical romance. I'll link it in the cards for you. But I'm trying to delve more into it, and I saw this one, and the spine wasn't in horrible condition. So I looked it up while I was in the store, and I was like, okay, I think it's safe to read this one. It's not the third in a series or something like that. So I got that one. I'm really excited about it. The other mass market I got is Shutter Island by Dennis Lehane. And this is the author that wrote one of my favorite books of the year so far, Since We Fell. I rated that book 5 out of 5 stars. And then my friend Haley, she read Shutter Island, and I was like, yes, I need to read that. It just sounded really good. So yeah, it was only available in mass market paperback, but I went ahead and picked it up. And then I thought if I really liked it and I wanted a copy for my shelf, that I could always get a better copy, you know what I'm saying? And the good thing is they always take books back. If you don't want them, they'll take them back. I picked up this memoir. It's called Ghost Boy, The Miraculous Escape of a Misdiagnosed Boy Trapped Inside His Own Body. And this is a memoir about this boy that at the age of 12, an unknown illness left him wheelchair bound and unable to speak. And he spent 14 years in institutions. In 2001, he learned to communicate via computer, make friends, and change his life. In 2008, he met the love of his life, Joanna, and migrated to the UK. In 2019, they married, and in 2010, he started his own business. But it's basically he came home from school complaining that he had a sore throat, and he never went back to school after that. He was a mute quadriplegic. By his 14th birthday, he was a hollow shell. And it says for 10 years, he was completely conscious while trapped inside his unresponsive body, secretly aware of everything happening around him. I'm just oh my gosh about this, I am gonna, I think, really like this because it's such a unique thing that happened to someone. I also picked up this one. When I go there, I definitely look for certain authors, but if there's anything that catches my eye, And that was the case with The Fever by Megan Abbott. And the cover drew me into this one. And then I read the synopsis and it just sounded really good. And 𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒅 blurbed it and said, an engrossing, disturbing panic attack of a novel, impossible to put down. So this is about some young girls that start having this fever and it makes them terrifying, unexplained seizures in class, and then more local girls start to experience bizarre symptoms, leaving health officials puzzled and parents in an uproar. As the hysteria and contagion swell, a series of tightly held secret emerges, threaten to unravel friendships, families, and the town's fragile idea of security. So I'm just like, what is going on in this town? I also picked up a copy of With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I have read The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. This will be my second Elizabeth Acevedo one, but I've heard really good things about this. I mean, I've heard really good things about like all of her books, like because she's just such a well-loved author, and this is one that they had a copy of, so I went ahead and snagged that one. Even though I don't read YA, her writing is just so seamless and fluid, and it can like bridge that age gap. I was super excited to find a copy of Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. Really excited about this one. I know it was a book of the month pick, but I didn't end up getting it for one of my book of the months. And then I was just hearing like really good things from people. So I'm excited. This one family has rented a house and then there's like a really bad storm. So the family that owns the house like comes back and says like the house is theirs and they don't know whether to trust them or not. Something like that. But I've heard that it's like way more than the synopsis lets on. So excited I was able to find a copy. Also, another book of the month book that I didn't pick up a copy of, but I was really lucky to find is Memorial by Brian Washington. And really excited about this one. This is two guys, Benson and Mike. They live together in Houston. Mike is a Japanese-American chef at a Mexican restaurant, and Benson's a black daycare teacher. And they've been together for a few years, good years, and now they're not sure why they're still a couple. So I think it's going to be heartbreaking and so good. Couple more. Next one is Miss Everything, and this is by Jennifer Weiner, and I've never read anything by this author before. I remember this being popular a couple of years ago, or was it just last year? Let me see. Yeah, 2019, but I think I remember seeing it a lot last year actually. And this is Joe and Bethy Kaufman were born into a world full of promise. Growing up in 1950s Detroit, they live in the perfect Dick and Jane house where their roles in the family are clearly defined. Oh yeah, Joe is the tomboy, the bookish rebel with a passion to make the world more fair. Bethy is the pretty, feminine, good girl, a would-be star who enjoys the power of her beauty confers and dreams of a traditional life. But the truth ends up looking different from what the girls imagine. Oh yeah, I remember like I was like, okay, should I pick this one up? And I read that synopsis and I was like, yes, that sounds really good. Okay, so then I did get a book of the month book. I do always look for these ones that I don't have in my collection, and I found How Not to Die Alone by Richard Roper, and this is about a man named Andrew who's feeling stuck and he just doesn't feel his life really going anywhere until he meets Peggy, and then he kind of realizes maybe there's more to life now that he's met her. So yeah, I got that one. And the last one that I picked up is The Girls at 17 Swan Street by Zara. Not sure how to say the author's last name. And this is a story about a woman that goes to a eating disorder treatment center and kind of like her time there and stuff like that. I did read this book this month, and I did write a full review on the Storygraph and Goodreads. I will link that down below for you if you are interested. I will possibly be talking more about this in my wrap-up, obviously. But yeah, this one was possibly triggering for people dealing with eating disorders. But I didn't think it brought anything like new to the table, but I'm happy that I read it. Anyway, those are the books that I picked up at the book exchange, my used book haul. Now I can finally put these books on my TBR shelf, and the next book haul you will see will be all of the books that I haven't talked to you about from January, February, and March that weren't in these two hauls, or I haven't talked to you about in other videos. So anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye!